guys, welcome back to Lisandra Patrice Vlogs. Today is a really very special day. I am here with my friend Kristal.
Hi.
Welcome, Kristal.
Thank you for having me.
Today we will be having a special story time and a makeup session for professionals. And Kristal is going to lead us into this whole session because she is an expert at what she does. Well, if you guys can recall, Lily in a previous vlog said that she really loves Jamaicans because they're kind people. And she mentioned a scenario where I had lost my phone in an airport and someone very special helped me in this whole process. And this is the person, Kristal. So Kristal is here and she will be, just telling us a lot about that time, of course, and then she will be giving us some special tips. So Kristal, tell us a little bit about you and what you're going to be doing with us today.
All right, so I am Kristal Hall. You can find me on Instagram at Zibel Dior or The Art of Makeup by Zibel Dior.
And I'll insert them there.
Right. I specialize in makeup for all occasions, specifically bridal makeup and professional photo shoots. I also am a trained bridal hairstylist. So I truly love my craft, love my skill, enjoy doing it because as females, that self-care is important.
Very important.
Not only to help us with our confidence, but just to make you feel better about yourself. So I think that I approach makeup a little bit differently. I try my best to make it look as natural as possible.
Which is what I'm going for.
Right. And also make it simple for persons to apply and do on their own.
On January the 5th, I got up and prepared my luggage and everything because I was supposed to travel from Montego Bay to Atlanta, from Atlanta to Istanbul, and Istanbul to Algeria. So I was heading back from my Christmas vacation back to work, right? So everything seemed to be going well. I was on time, which sometimes I was on time, and my sister was supposed to drop me at the airport, and everybody was up and prepared. I remembered that I had like one of these shoulder bags, or the side bags, and normally I take those bags with me on my journeys because it's very easy to kind of slip your passport,
your personal.
Instead of having it in your bigger like knapsack or even the hand luggage, you just have that side bag. So I had that. But I recall that I sent a message to someone using my phone, and I think I might have just left my phone somewhere either on my lap or beside me on the seat of the car. And I wasn't texting anyone throughout my journey to the airport. But I remember that on our way to the airport, my mom said, okay, stop at this lady on the way. She goes to our church, and just say bye to her because the big woman them in the church will always praying for you.
Help raise you.
Help raise you. And you just have to go and say bye. So I remember I stopped at that lady's house. But at that time, I don't know where the phone was. So I didn't know where the phone was. I didn't use the phone. I stopped. I said bye to her. And then later, I arrived at the airport. I remember having my side bag, having my luggage. My sister and my cousin helped. Well, my cousin helped me into the airport because my sister had to stay in the car. Right? So I was in, I went through, said bye to them. And then I arrived in the airport. But once I was in the line now, ready to check in, I took out my passport, and then I was going to now go into my phone to get the details for the flight. I realized, but where is my phone? And at first I wasn't really panicked or anything like that, because I was like, okay, I just need to locate someone in this line who is a friendly face and say, okay, sir, madam, you know, may I have a telephone call, please? I just need to get a hold of my sister. I left my phone in her car. So it's a good thing I could recall my sister's telephone number in my head, because you know, nowadays
I would not be that lucky.
Yeah, because she's always had that number for for a number of years, so that was good. I recalled, and then I called her. I was like, you know, my phone is in the car. Check the car. So they checked the car, but the phone wasn't there. I was like, it has to be in there. I was like, it has to be in there. She's like, no, but we checked the phone. I even pulled down the seat and the phone is not in there. So she's like, you need to check your bag, because maybe you put the phone not in your side bag, but maybe you have it in your knapsack or in the luggage. I was telling her, like, no, because I was so certain that I didn't do that, because every time I travel, I always have that specific bag there for my phone and my passport, because that, to me, that's a safe way to always carry these things. But it wasn't there. So when I realized that, you know, it was really happening, it wasn't in her car and it wasn't on me, that was when the panic started to set in, and I was like, oh my God, where is my phone? So then I recalled, I was like, I backtracked. I was like, maybe it could have fallen out of my lap when I went to that lady's house, or maybe when I was getting out of the car at the airport itself. So let's just go back there and whatever. So my sister now, she had to drive all the way back, headed in the Falmouth direction, you know. So that's a pretty far away from the airport, going back, you know, to check if the lady saw anything fall out there. And we also went outside the airport
to check.
Yeah. But what happened was that it was hard for me to now call the number, because I had taken out the Jamaican chip that was in my phone just before I left, you know, my house. So I actually just had an Algerian number or something like that. It was just a weird situation. So we were trying to call the number, but it was saying that the phone was powered off. Now, if you're Jamaican, or is anybody, if you're Jamaican, you lose your phone and you call the phone and the phone is powered off. What happened? What you starting?
Oh God, with my phone. My phone has been stolen.
You're not getting it back. You're not getting it back.
That's it.
No, I mean, for one, the phone was like a very good phone. You know, I had all of my memories on it. And, you know, I was with family over the vacation. I was thinking about that. But also, I had all of my work contacts in the phone, and I was traveling for such a long distance. I even had like a visa information.
Yes, you told for Turkey.
And contacts, you know, my photos, my personal team, the person who's supposed to pick me up from the airport. Of course, you know, your WhatsApp and WeChat, because WeChat is an app that is used in China, and you know, all of your work contacts is basically on your WeChat.
Right.
You understand? And I was just thinking, like, how am I going to manage at this time without my phone? But I'm saying it calmly right now, because it was 1 year ago. But I was like, where's my phone? I was dying, so I was in the line and I wasn't being quiet. I started to bawl, I started to holler. I was like, okay, let me go around the airport. So I was literally running around the airport. I was like, I believe that the phone might have fallen out at the front of the airport.
And somebody tried.
Yeah. And then take it to like the police, or you know. So I was busy trekking around the airport. Oh, where can I find this? Did someone find a phone? Did this? So all this time, the time was going. Because at that time, your mind is kind of just focused one way. But my flight was to leave at, I believe it was 3:45 or something like that. And even like 2 o'clock. No, I think it was was 2:30. I hadn't checked in. I hadn't checked in or anything. Then there was a point where a security lady told me, yes man, some your poker Jamaican, and they say, yes man, somebody just find a phone up there, sir. And I said, where, miss? She said, okay, go across the airport to that side and go upstairs
to the security
center and whatever. So suppose you ever see me around, Kristal, if you ever see me around, me have the big old backpack, my back,
your parachute.
And I had on even like some kind of warm clothes.
Yes, I remember you were wearing a sweater.
I was wearing a sweater because I was prepared for the winter, because heights of winter. This by the time you look, I was sweating. I was sweating and everything. But by the time I reached up to the security place, they said to me, they asked me, of course, to describe the phone. They asked me the features of the phone or whatever. And they said, well, no one has taken a phone like that. By the time I go downstairs, Mr. Yaman, somebody just find a phone, And again, they said it wasn't that phone. So, okay, let me take them to where I saw you, right? And then you can tell us what you were thinking. I went on at 3:00 through the, the border control, check-in and stuff like that. And I was just asking everybody excuse. So I said, excuse me, miss, my flight is supposed to leave. Can I go before you? Can I go before you? Can I go before you? So they were very kind. And then on my way now, I saw at 3:00, the flight is leaving 3:45, and I have to make my way up past, check the luggage and stuff. I saw a policewoman. So I stopped the policewoman and said, miss, I lose my phone. And I was going through the story again and again and again. And the time was going. So by the time I reach up, where did I see you, Kristal?
In the hall, in the immigration hall.
Okay, so I think I might have passed one point.
You went up to check in, to actually go on the flight.
Yeah, and when I reach on the flight, when I reach up there, they said the flight had already left.
Yeah.
So where did I see you now?
Yeah, so you would have to, you were directed to come down into the because you would have missed your flight.
Yeah.
And I saw her in the line, and I said, no man, I said, what happened? Because I literally saw her going pale. And I said, what happened? And she came to me and she said, somebody stole my phone and I have to go suffer. I'm like, alright, just calm down, breathe, and spoke to my supervisor, explain what was happening, and he said, go and see how can you assist. As I said to him, this is my friend from a long time, and she has to go all the way to the African continent, and she just stole her phone, and he's like, okay, go and help. And so at that time, all the wheels start turning in my head. So right away I said to her, what on your phone is it that you need?
Yeah.
And she said her contacts. And I said, but you have a laptop? And she said, yes. I said, do you have an email? She said, yes. I said, we have internet. So guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna email your colleagues, let them know that your phone is missing. You're still in Jamaica. And you'll be corresponding with them through this medium for now, so that they can be on the lookout. And then she said, but Kristal, my visa is on my phone. And I said, is the visa in your email?
Yes.
And she said, yes. I said, guess what I'm going to do? You're going to pull up your email, I'll print it for you, so you have a hard copy. And then you will have the copy on your laptop. And then I said to her, you're going to have to hold on the phone. I said, it's rough, but you can do it.
Yes.
And I remember saying it to her, and I'm like, I'm such a freaking hypocrite, because
if that was your
don't know if I could, travel so far without
the
my phone.
Yeah.
But then I looked at it and I said, guess what? It's best to actually have some medium of communication than none at all.
You're right.
And then I said, all right, who can I call? And I called her sister.
Right.
I think I called your mom.
Yes.
And I even trying to call your colleague.
Yes.
And I WhatsApp them.
Yes.
Let them know that this is her friend.
Right.
She's in the airport. She can't find her phone. And then I said, guess what? You're leaving today, no?
But look, Kristal, at that point when the plane left me, I don't know, I think I explained it to you when I met you downstairs. I said to the lady, the flight is gone. What can I do? Can I catch the next flight? She said, well, there's a flight that is leaving at
5.
Is it 5?
I think it was 5 or 4:30.
I think it was 4:30 because at that
it was
time
it
was a very short time
window.
frame. Yeah. And I said, okay, well, can I get onto that? Come here, talk like say no, you know. I'm here on teasing. Like, can I get onto that flight? The lady said, well, you have to pay to get onto that flight. So I said, well, how much is it? So she called them and they said, well, there are only business class tickets left and I have to pay 1,000 US dollars. Yes. This was when I started to holler now, you know.
Yeah. But you didn't end up paying for it.
Look here, Kristal.
I think.
Look here. This is how, Kristal, this is what I explained to Lily about the power of, you know, having a level-headed friend that is so convincing, so sympathetic, and so on. Because Kristal, no, she's probably not remembering everything, but because I was in that situation, right? I remember Kristal kind of coming in like Joan of Arc, Mother Teresa, the whole of the woman them were the good in the world, and she just stepped up because we came out literally, and you were like, where's your baggage? Where's your baggage? And you asked someone, you said, well, if she was supposed to be on that flight, she checked her bags, where would they now send the bags? Because I would have to locate my bags in order
because your bag would have gone on the flight.
Exactly.
And gone ahead of you.
Right. But they took my bags off, which was very good. So now you found the bags. Then we were walking with the bags, and soon after that, when we realized that okay, maybe we could get onto that flight, we started running. Yes. And Kristal was running with me in our work clothes. The girl come look good for work, and she took on my case like a real, like the president. I'm not, the chief of staff. Because I'm not sure the president would have left him off. It's like the chief of staff who, so we started to run through.
Yeah, we ran from arrivals back to departure. And then when I got to the desk, I'm like, listen, you have a flight going to Atlanta?
Yes.
She going on that flight.
Yes.
You booked? No. Get her on that flight.
Yes.
Like, she needs to get on the flight. What you need, we say we have the bag here, and they check the bags, and I'm like, all right. So she lost her phone. Is there any way, like in the airport, she could? And I started to ask, and they're like, well, there's internet in the airport. So I said, all right, Lisandra, internet in the airport. As you get to that point, open your laptop, and email, let them know that you're at this point, because what she explained to me was the time difference.
The time difference.
So what I did was I kept on messaging them from my phone, and then ensure. So when they would realize that this is something that needs their attention.
Right.
I can remember I asked for a manager or a supervisor.
Kristal, before you take this manager one, you see how life is funny? We have to be careful how we deal with people, because I never told you this, but I came across the manager when I checked in before, and I was a little bit rude to her. Because, I was in the heights of my frustration of losing my phone. And I don't remember what you said to me, and I was kind of a little bit like rash. Like I said, I don't know, or, And when I came back and I saw that this was the woman that you were petitioning my case to, I felt so embarrassed.
And I understand, people, but this is why it is important for us to, it's very difficult at times, but that's why it's important not to take things personal. Because a lot of times things are happening, it has nothing to do with us, I remember when they said, all right, Atlanta, and we said, all right, look at the time now. What time you get into Atlanta? What time? And I'm like, will she get the flight from Atlanta now to go on to the next? So I needed to ensure that all of that was on track. And they're like, yeah man, you'll get there in time. And then we said, all right, no problem. And then we ran again.
Oh gosh.
From their departures, go right upstairs and straight on the plane.
Kristal, you won't even begin to imagine everything that was going on in my head, because man said me lose my work, you know. As so far, like, as that's how far my mind went, because I was like, there is no way I'm going to be paying so much money, because did you know that all of these flights weren't on the same airline?
Right. So no airline has the obligation for you to be placed on a flight that does not affiliate with their airline.
And it's not their fault.
And even sometimes, even when you have a connection that is with the same airline, if you miss it, sometimes they themselves don't want to rectify it.
All right. So a lot of things were going in my mind now. Like, hear me now. How me I go pay $1,000
just
and
one
the phone cost $1,000, because this was what I was gonna look how I missed the flight. The phone doesn't even cost that amount of money, and then now this is just to pay for the flight to go to Atlanta. If I miss the other flights in sequence, what is going to happen? And then, as I said, the arrival time in Algeria was some early morning time, and you know the culture of that country is that women in particular are not on the road or out on the road at that time, you understand? For the women coming in on flights, they have their family coming to pick them up. You can't say, it's not a place where you can say you're going outside to stop a taxi or take a taxi. You have someone coming to meet you at that hour, and I could not communicate with them. But Kristal, you came in and you gave me some proposals, and they were in fact workable, but I couldn't see that in my situation. I got on the plane, Kristal, and I saw that I was on the plane and I could make it to connect to my other flight. Girl, I was just washing away with tears. I was crying. Even the people sitting beside me, they were okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? I said, yes, I lost my phone, but I'm just thankful. I'm thankful. And as you said, when I reached Atlanta, I was able to check in, you know, to the next flight. And once I sat down, I had my laptops. I emailed, you know, my co-workers, and I remember contacting, I contacted my mom on Skype, and I said, Mom, call Kristal. And then, you know, I emailed you as well. I sent you a message on LinkedIn, I believe it was again.
Because I said to you, keep me posted, just in case there's anything that I can say, all right, probably make a call or something. Last and final words, Kristal. What kind of lessons learned? Because, you know, we are the lessons learned type of people. I mean, I can always say to persons that whenever we are tasked with a job to do, you know what your job description is. And I always say, as long as it is within your job description, you're not breaking any laws, and you can extend that extra level. Extend it. Because regardless of what sector you're in, persons will come to you with different issues, and we should never behave as if it can never happen to us. And so we have a very standoffish approach. Every single person you come in contact with on a daily basis is for a reason.
The thing that I learned is like, there's a saying in Jamaica, it's like, what I'm saying? Not throw the water behind. What is the thing about dirty water? Like, you don't close the door behind you. Like, something to that effect, which is like, you know, anywhere you go in life, you should always remember where you're coming from. Or when I did not dash away, or something to that extent, which goes to show that you should always remember where you're coming from. The people who have been there for you, who have guided you, who have, you know, and you know, in this case, my longtime friend. Like, if I were the person who possibly, you know, I felt like I'm better than her because you saw me, you know, I'm in a need no help from nobody. And you know, sometimes some people are like that. This reminded me that, like, no man is an island, right? You need people. No matter where you go, you should always remember, you know, those who have been there for you in life, because you just don't know at what point they will be able to help you or rescue, or you will be able to impact them. You understand what I mean? And in this way, I just felt like, just unexpectedly, here comes my friend from so many years who comes and basically helps me to keep my job. Because it's so deep. It's not just about the phone. It's about everything that was impacted by the phone. You basically saved, you know, my job. You helped me to keep my livelihood for all of these months. Is much deeper than that, because I don't know how I would have gotten on the flat, because everything would have gotten so much more complicated if I didn't get on it. So it's just showing me that never you close the door behind you. Never you take for granted any of these interactions that you had with people in your life and whatever. You know, always try to, you know, keep in touch, keep it, you know. And even if you're not in touch all the time, whenever you are in touch, make it genuine, make it count, make it, you know, don't be fake, don't be, you know, just be, you know, real and be there, and you know, this kind of thing. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we got that chance, and since that time we've been keeping in touch. And it has been so good to see what you've been up to. Like, guys, this lady is phenomenal. She is multi-talented, multi-skilled. I mean, she plays instruments, she plays sports, she does hair, she does makeup, she makes bonnets, she makes masks, she does everything. So you guys should go ahead and follow her on our social media platforms
at ZBELLE DIOR Zibel Dior, and at the art of makeup by Zibel Dior. So guys, welcome back to Lisandra Patrice Vlogs. Alright, so today we're going to be doing a professional look and a glam. So I'm starting off with a professional look, because a professional will require me to do just a light cover up, little accentuating of the eyes and or lips, depends on what look you're going for. So regardless of what Lisandra wants to think, her skin is really nice. It is, of course, supple. It's smooth. Yes, she'll have spots. Most of us will have spots. For whatever reason, we look at our blemishes, right? And so the spots that she has, she might be a little conscious of, but trust me, her skin is smooth and she has a very nice palette working with. So for her, she has a little bit on the oily side, right, which is not bad as people think it is. The most difficult thing about oily skin is just the blackheads, right. But your natural oils preserve your skin, you know. But what I can say to her in order to keep up this good skin that she has going is to wear sun. Yes. So what sunscreen does, although you have oily skin, it still protects your skin from harmful rays of the sun, so that your spots don't become brighter. Because it tends to darken the spots. Right? So use sunscreen, and of course you can use, for contrary to what a lot of persons think, a moisturizer. It helps to control the oil, because what it does, it moisturizes the skin so that the skin doesn't have to do it itself. So you don't have an production of oil. Right? Alright. So I think for the major part, for professional look, we both have similar issues with the dark circles.
Yeah, I have dark circles, you know, it's something that's kind of natural. The other thing is that I have allergies, a lot of allergies, and most times I'm just rubbing my eyes, and I think that helps to kind of perpetuate
So I can recommend that you use anything silicone based that is cool, kept in the fridge for your eyes as a treatment, as well as you can probably invest in a very good eye cream. There are so many of them on the market. This is not a paid thing, so I can't say exactly what those are, but you can invest in a good eye cream, night cream, and use it on the hair. start off with a little setting spray. So what the setting spray does is create that nice smooth canvas, and it also sets the makeup so that you don't have problems running. You know, we're in Jamaica and we have problems with our climate, and so we tend to become very humid. So just a little spritz, just a little spritz, and we allow that to dry. So you can open your eyes. Now I am going in with some concealer. As I said, this is not a paid program, so I going in with a little concealer, and if anything we'll just attach the details.
Yeah, right.
See? So that's very skin-like. Pat it into the skin, you don't wipe, just pat it, because you know naturally our skin will have creases and areas that will be a little more higher than some, right?
It's good already.
Right, so you just go into the areas that you need to conceal. Now you realize that she has a little bit of darkness over the eyes. You ask her to close, or she can close it, and just as I said, gently pat the product in. Little fawn under the eyes, still concealing it, and I'm going to be using a flat top brush to just blend it out. So what this is doing is just giving her a natural lift. Can be done for everyday wear. So I am a brows girl. Okay. Love brows. But I tend to do brows very differently. So I normally have what is called brow tint that comes like a mascara. And I have them in different colors. Dark brown, black. And I just comb the hair into the natural framing of the hair.
So no drawing or nothing like that.
Minimal. So minimal have started to do Lisandra's eyes, and if she closes her eyes, you realize that for her professional day look, I have gone matte on the lids and just a little bit of contrast color in the crease, allowing her natural brow line to show. Right? And so I'm going to do the other eye and show you the technique. So what I do, I pat in my colors. I don't wipe or brush. I do a gentle pat, and I'm using some very small fluffy brushes for the inner crease. Alright, so I'm now just giving Lisandra some what I call beach waves. Just very light curls with a wand or what we call curling iron. And I am curling it away from her face. It's very light. And as you can see, her look is coming together. Why curls? Curls help to shape the face as well, especially when they're done properly. And especially if you're used to wearing your hair straight, then curls give you that additional oomph. So as I said, I'm curling away from her face. Very light curls, no product on the hair because I want it to fall very soft. Right, so for persons who don't know, when curling the hair, it's best to separate into small sections. Start at the top and work your way down. Come back with the finish.
Yes, you guys, I'm speechless. I'm going to leave Kristal to close the vlog out because right now I'm looking like $1 million, right? I don't need anyone to tell me actually. I can feel it. And this was all done by Isabel Dior. So all of you guys want to look like me, just check Kristal. Right, she's very good at what she does, guys. So I'm just here feeling myself. In the new year, 2021 is looking brighter. Thank you guys for watching Lisandra Patrice Vlogs, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.